I had a meeting with the head of Apple UK back in 2006. You know, I wrote about it in my book. And that's when I realized that the educational system that we had is broken. And I wrote about it in my book that I published in 2000 and what was it, 14.
Mm.
So, so what's happening in the educational system today is no surprise to me. In fact, I've always been advocating that parents should be investing in their children. You know, I taught my son how to play chess at the age of 3 because I know that I'm not waiting and leaving it to the educational system to teach my boy. He was making money at the age of 6 because I taught him financial literacy at the age of 5. These are the things that we should be doing. And so, again, of course, I got ridiculed for it back in the day because I'm talking about what, almost 15. What am I talking about? I'm talking about 20 years ago, almost 25 years ago. Giving my age away here, but it's like the world is catching up now and realizing that there is so much that we can give our children, and we need that to be the case because we want and need our children to come away from the traditional educational system that has got us to this point that nobody is happy about, so that they can be creative, open-minded, and find fresh, new, dynamic ways to be successful for themselves, but also be successful in a way that honors them and honors and supports their community and their families. That's the new world that we want to create.
Yeah, it's also funny because when I lived with my parents, I said not to them, but to one of my brother's friends that I'm not going to university. I didn't remember saying it, but years down the line, when I'm in college, my stepmom is saying, "Oh, you told your brother's friend that you're not going to uni." I said, "I didn't say that. I don't remember saying that." Fast forward, I'm in uni studying computer science, and I'm like, "This is not what I want to do," and I dropped out because I just realized I don't need this to be who I want to be or who I'm starting to find in myself of what I want
Yeah,
to be.
and of course that was a tricky period for us because by that time you've been rolling with me for about what, 3 years?
Uh, Maybe four. 'Cause it's been
Okay, so 3 or 4 years, and so
now.
so although I understood where you were coming from, I was like, I don't want to outwardly just be supporting that because I have a degree and I know that there's some benefits, but you made some strong case for not being in uni. And I had to concede that what you were saying made sense. By that time, you'd been able to demonstrate that you were able to make a contribution to my business and was doing so in a significant way, in a way that made you a valuable asset. And you were engaging with all kinds of people, you know, respected by people who were very successful in their own right. Millionaires knew your name, knew who you were, and respected you. So I was like, okay, case closed. I couldn't really argue. And so now, fast forward, and you're telling me that most of those people that you were on the degree course with are struggling to find work and they've got like £50,000 plus debts to deal with. And you don't have, you know, you don't have any of that stuff and any of that liability. Plus, you haven't lost time because now here you are, you're 7 years deep into the work that we're doing. And interestingly enough, yes, we've had our best year last year, but that was only because of the back end stuff that you take care of.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. I was just saying to someone earlier on, the guy that I met 7 years ago, who when he first came to me, I said was unemployable. Now we can't do without. It just goes to show, you know, and you don't need a degree for that.
Yeah, so I'm realizing more and more now. It's all about the significant value that you can add, not only just to yourself but to people around you, is what makes your life slightly easier.
That's the new name of the game that people don't know. If you want to be successful, the easiest and the swiftest way to become successful in each of those areas of your life is to help people.
Yeah. So
And if
um,
you don't get it, then that's because you're not ready. But those who get what I just said, then you know what you need to do.
Yeah. So
authentically, and you can't cheat life. You can't pretend to be wanting to help people. It's got to come from head and heart.
yeah.
And if you
So
want to know how to do that, well, then check us out.
value is the new currency. Because
Absolutely.
you also said to me, we can't do anything without trust. But with trust, what are you trusting me with? That makes
Absolutely. So when I say value, let's just get it right though. A car has great value.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that kind of value. I'm talking about the value in you intrinsically that you bring.
Yeah.
So when you show up, does someone's problem disappear? That's the kind of value I'm talking about. So after a while, people get to realize that, whether it's his brain, his perspective, his different way of looking at it, at things, but this guy's a problem solver. Like I need to be around this person, or I need to get this person's advice. I need to do, I need to be with this person. So as you know, because you were there when I first met the CEO of Sodexo many years ago, this
Yeah.
is a company I'd never heard of, but they were what, at the time, 18th largest employer on the planet.
Yeah.
And I'm only there to speak to a bunch of international students. Fast forward within a couple of months, I'm going out to dinner with this man, and he's asking me and talking about how I can support some of his senior workers, because many of them have imposter syndromes, and he just wants them to be able to handle themselves better so that they can be of benefit to the teams that they work with. This is what happens when you have value within yourself, not in any material thing, but in you.
Yeah.
So
That was deep what you
hopefully,
just said, by the way.
say that again.
That was deep what you just said. To have value in yourself, not the material things.
Absolutely,
People
because
often think what they have around them makes them who they are, whereas what you have inside of you
yeah,
makes this thing that you have around you a part of you.
absolutely. And the thing is, by spiritual law, if you don't get it, if you're under that spell, because that's what it is, it's a spell, then the spell will always have you grounded. You'll never be able to take off.
Yeah. I remember when I was younger, this is a minor thing. When I was younger, everyone in school had kickers. I didn't have kickers. Kickers is a type of shoe.
I
And I,
remember kickers.
and I want to get some kickers. I ain't get no kickers. I'm like, so in a way, I felt kind of lesser than because most people had kickers,
Yeah,
and I didn't have none. But I found out later on that it's who I am that makes me valuable to people or makes people see me. They don't have to see me with the latest whatever on to see me.
absolutely. And
So
don't they get dirty? Like they're on your feet, they go in the dirt.
yeah,
They're designed to get dirty. And I see people, see youngsters going crazy trying to keep their trainers all white. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's great if you can afford it, but if all of your attention is going on what's on your feet as opposed to what should be going on in your head, then you've got things not only back to front, but you've got things upside down as well.
yeah,
So it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So there you go. So in summary, if I can, 2021 is a year where, as I read in that good book in Matthew, where it says that the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. That means there's more for you and me, effectively, and we gonna claim it. And so, but I'm putting the word out there that anyone who is really serious and intent and desirous to have their harvest, meaning put the work in, then I've just given you the inside track whilst we're still in January. So you have 11 months to do what is necessary so that you can win in 2021. And if you want some guidance, some further insight, then you can follow me. Can I give out the links to my social media in
yeah.
case they
So
want to,
yeah,
in case you want to hook up? Then it's Tony Biola Dada, or at Tony Biola Dada is my Instagram.
yeah.
And my Facebook,
They
well,
can, they
you
can
can
join
join
our
us. We have a group. Shall I give them the group details?
yeah, they can join our our R.I.C.H Society, our community that we started last year actually, called Mind Reset for Success, on Facebook.
Yeah, it's an open group. Come join us and plug into a a community of conscious individuals who are about growing themselves to be the best version of themselves so that they can serve and support the community and just make a difference on the planet. So if that resonates with you, then come check us out.
Yeah. Before you go though, you broke down harvest a little bit more when we spoke previously in a meeting, which is why I want you to do this, because I understand harvest. Yeah, I'm going to go and collect, but you actually said that when you are going for your harvest, you need to make sure you have a big enough basket.
Absolutely. So, like I said earlier on, you have to know what you want. So even though I'm saying it's the year of harvest, now let's apply that thought. If you had planted some crop and you wanted to go and pick that crop, well, depending on how much seeds you sowed will determine the basket or the facility that you're going to use to collect.
Yeah,
So you have to give some thought now to this. It's not just the year of harvest. It's like, okay, well, if I know what I want, then I know what my carrying tool is going to be. Some people who don't want to carry much will just bring their trousers and just fill their pockets.
yeah,
But someone who's prepared and knows that this is a golden opportunity, well, he might go and get a loan to go and buy a van, a big van, and drive up and fill the van because he knows he's planned and he's prepared, and this is the year of harvest. So, depending on what mindset you have, then you will interpret what I've said in terms of this is the year of harvest,
yeah.
and you'll take the necessary action. And that's why we're putting this out in January so that you have it's not a case of the harvest running up on you like middle of the year and you're starting to see that there's all this harvesting going on. You now know. So even if it means that you take the next 20 days, 30 days to get yourself the biggest cup, and when I say cup, I mean container that you can find, that you plan for it, so that when the harvest, when you're ready to fill your container, it's good. Like it's real good. However big it needs to be for you, then so be it. But in order for that to happen, you have to know what you want.
And
Comes back to that.
you also have to put some serious thought into what seeds did you sow last year?
There you go.
Were they good seeds in bad soil, or did you just not sow? Did you just not sow any seeds?
Yeah,
And then you have to think about, now that you're harvesting, you also have to keep sowing seeds. You don't just
absolutely.
harvest to
And
come and
just
take.
take it. Absolutely. So, and again, it's about mindfulness and mindset. So if you just want to go and harvest and you just want to hoard everything, that's the wrong mindset. And by spiritual law, that ain't gonna work. It's about understanding that take enough for you and then take enough for others so that you can give from your overflow, which brings us right back to what we were saying earlier on. You can give from your overflow and you really can give because you're good. You've got more than enough to sustain you. So it all comes back to how are you thinking? Do you have what I refer to as a poverty mindset where you watch this video and you're like, oh, this is the year of harvest. Let's just run up and get some without understanding that that is a poverty mindset. It's about understanding that this is the year of harvest. And so you can go get what you need and you can go and get extra for others that you think about and care about. It's all up to you. And that is the mindset of what I call a prosperous or an abundant mindset. So you have to even understand what kind of mindset you have because that will determine whether what you reap.
Yeah.
And for those people who haven't done much in the way of sewing last year, it's still cool. It just means that you just got to give extra this year, like, and do it quickly, because we still have 11 months to go. So even if you spend the next couple of months really having this new mindset, and if you want to get that new mindset real quick, as I said, you can come and join the webinar that I'm doing on the 1st. In fact, what is the URL for that so that people could just tune in if they want to?
Is r-i-c-h-society.com/winners.
Okay. So if you want to be a winner for 2021, then jump on the webinar that we're doing, and then you can find out more about it. And if it resonates, and only if it resonates, then you can take action, because that will definitely be one of the swiftest ways for you to get in line with the vibration of this year, and then be able to be in a position where you are able to reap your harvest. It's also, if you read the blog, I just finished on this note, it's the rise of the feminine energy. And when I talk about that, I'm talking about the fact that the feminine energy is a holistic energy. It's about all encompassing. It's not just about the winner takes all, me, myself, and I. It's about, yeah, I'm gonna take some, but I'm gonna make sure you're good too. And that we're gonna see a lot more of. And so if you're already in that space and already in that place, then it's gonna be a great year. For many people who are still in the old mindset, which is all the masculine energy, where it's just about winner takes all, me, myself, and nobody else, don't care about nobody else, I just want to get mine. Well, that's fine. You can stay there, but you'll find that it no longer serves you. I'm just saying.
I realize that you have a stronger team if you share what you have.
Absolutely.
Even if you don't have much, you share what you have.
Absolutely. And that's what it's all about. So I hope that we've dropped enough nuggets here for our audience, and I hope that this is going to reach a wider audience. I mean, I'm being led by you now because you do all of this stuff, and I know that hopefully it will reach the ears of people that can take action.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, that's great. Thanks. I really appreciate it. It was good to have an interaction. Maybe we should do this again. But for now, well, it's certainly for me, Tony Dada, your soul brother, saying enough love and thanks for the opportunity to do this. It's great. We should do this again.
Maybe.
All right.
All right.